What's up, Favorite Station? Kari Lane here, and we're at Comic-Con 2024. Hello.
Hello.
All right, so this show starts off intense. There's a lot of things going on. It's horror. But are there any fun behind-the-scenes moments you haven't had a chance to tell anybody about yet?
Fun behind-the-scenes moments would, for me, nobody was there. I was supposed to know how to ride a horse, and I just really didn't know how to ride it. I thought I could pull it off, but I got to the lessons, and you could just look over and see the teachers' faces, just like, what is this guy doing? Is he hurting the horse? I don't know what he's doing. But yeah, that was really fun for me. It was like, it was interesting to be so bad at something and have to try to get better as we went. But other than that, we had a blast just laughing our heads off. And we were doing the most intense scenes, and then we'd be finished and just laughing and laughing and laughing. So I don't know what specifically we were laughing about, but just stupid shit, to be honest with you.
All right. What about you?
Oh, same thing. It was doing such an intense subject as this. You have to break it up. So having fun, it was really fun to have some laugh stuff between takes, and at the end of the day, that was the best part.
Now, speaking about the horses and the intensity of having to work with animals, what was that experience like, and how did you, bring it all together? Because you need to look like you're experienced with animals.
Well, it didn't. I mean, they were like barely let us on the horse in the end. We were like, the horses were like attached by wire that they were like attached in there so they wouldn't run away from us. Well, there was like also part of the elements of the show. They were worried about the horses reacting negatively, and injuring us because there was stuff on the ground, or they'd be getting scared themselves. So yeah, I don't think it was. I never got that successful on the horse. So we'll see what happens.
Well, you also had dogs and goats. So yeah,
it was a big animal show.
Yeah, a lot of animals.
Well, were there any interesting moments that surprised you in doing this show? Because it's an adaptation. Was there anything where you were like, oh, wow, or any kind of surprise? Well,
adaptation, I didn't read the book that it was based on at all. But yeah, I mean, it was constantly surprised. Yes, there was a big element of the show later on that blew my mind that we can't talk about. That was very wild and crazy, and I think the audience is going to be like, what is going on here? So yeah, I mean, those things were very surprising because I only got the first 3 scripts, and I was like, okay, I think I understand where the show's going. I had no clue. It went from here to there in terms of intensity. So
without giving, I can't really give much away at all, but exactly what Scott said is that it gets more intense as the episodes continue.
As an actor, do you appreciate getting those surprises as the audience gets them in a way versus getting to read all the way to the end and knowing exactly where it's going? Or is the learning as the audience learns? Do you have a preference?
Well, I mean, for me, as a control freak that I am, I'd love all of the scripts to make a decision on based on the show. But no, I kind of liked people were reading ahead. Because Ian was great and got all the episodes to us pretty early. But I enjoyed. I wouldn't say with the audience, but I enjoyed finishing episode 4 and then getting into episode 5, finishing episode 5, and getting into episode 6, and then sort of like learning where this is going. Because if I knew what was happening in the end, I'd be terrified from episode 3 on, worried about it. So no, I like the way we did this.
Same here. I like the way we did it. It was just kind of like read as you went along, and it was a good surprise.
We were the procrastinators.
Yeah.
We were the boys that sit in the back. We didn't do any work.
We just showed up and wrote our lines.
So something I've noticed here on the press line is your characters have some tension, possible stuff going on in the show. We don't want to tell too much or anything, but you get along so well now, and you have a lot of similarities. So what is that like of, bringing that, of course you're an actor, but, tell me about that.
Well, I mean, that part of it is kind of fun. I mean, he's a real fun guy. He's very easy-going, not as intense as his character. So between takes, we just hang out and laugh, and it's not like that crazy of a thing.
Yeah, it's nothing like that.
Sorry, real quick, last question of describe the show in a hashtag.
I don't know what it is.
Thrilling.
All right.
Emotional. For sure. Awesome. Emotional.
Thank you so much.
Too emotional.
Okay.
Hashtag emotional.